You don't need a new life, you need a new mind. Hello, I'm Brian Tracy, and today I want to reveal a profound truth. Life doesn't stagnate because of a lack of time, money, or luck. Most people believe they need to start over, change everything, or wait for the perfect moment. But that moment never comes. The reason is simple. It's not your external reality that determines your future. It's your inner world. When your mind is filled with thoughts that paralyze you, any opportunity seems impossible. That's why I always repeat, your life changes when your way of thinking changes, not when your circumstances change. Life stagnates because the mind is full of noise, fear, and limiting beliefs that block your natural ability to move forward. That inner noise works like an invisible brake. It makes you doubt, procrastinate, and suppress your own potential. Many people are physically tired, but the real exhaustion is mental. Carrying worries, comparisons, old stories, and thoughts that tell you, I can't. When you clear that noise, you regain your mental and emotional energy, and with it, your ability to make powerful decisions. The real enemy is never outside, it's within. It's not your boss, the economy, or your past. It's that voice telling you that you're not enough, that it's too late, that you can't. That inner voice shapes your vision, your actions, and your confidence. And the most dangerous part is that it operates automatically without you noticing. That's why the first step toward an extraordinary life is recognizing that the most important battle is the one happening in your mind. When you win there, your external life begins to fall into place. A mind saturated with complaints, doubts, and toxic thoughts cannot create an extraordinary life. Complaining weakens you, doubt paralyzes you, and toxic thinking reduces your ability to see opportunities. Success requires mental space, and to create that space, you must eliminate what takes away your clarity. Focused thinking allows you to see solutions where you once saw only problems, and it enables you to move forward even when others stop. A clear mind is a creative, courageous, and disciplined mind. Real change begins by cleaning your internal dialogue, by consciously choosing mental discipline, clarity, and focus. When you choose your thoughts with the same intention as your diet or exercise, your life begins to transform day by day. The mind responds to clarity. When you know what you think, you know what you do. When you know what you do, you know where you're going. When you organize your mind, everything else starts to align. That's where your real life begins. Modern poison doesn't enter through the mouth, it enters through your eyes. We live in an age of information overload, the new silent enemy. Never in history have we had access to so much information, and yet never have we been so confused, distracted, and mentally exhausted. Every video, notification, and outside opinion you consume without filtering becomes a small distraction that fragments your focus. Without realizing it, you go from having a focused mind to a scattered one, and a scattered mind cannot build an extraordinary life. Digital noise drains your energy, exhausts you, distracts you, and makes you feel like you're progressing when you're actually just consuming without purpose. It's an illusion of productivity. It seems like you're learning, but in reality, you're accumulating irrelevant data that only clutters your mind. Mental energy is limited. If you spend it on empty stimuli, nothing remains for your goals, ideas, or personal projects. When you understand this, you begin to choose carefully where you place your attention. Negative news, overwhelming social media, and constant stimulation pollute your mental clarity. Every piece of content competes with your own thoughts. That's why so many people feel anxious without knowing why their minds are filled with useless information. If you want a strong mind, you must protect it from the noise that weakens it. Filter what you consume, clean your inputs, choose information that nourishes and strengthens your purpose. When you reduce external noise, your mind can breathe, think, and create again. You regain clarity, focus, and the ability to move forward without feeling overwhelmed. You discover that you didn't need more information. You needed less, not more stimulation, but mental silence. And from that silence comes your best thinking, your best strategy, and your best version. A clear mind is a powerful mind, and a powerful mind always finds a path to success. The more you look outward, the less you listen inward. Comparison is an emotional toxin that destroys your self-esteem and identity. When you compare yourself to others, what you're really doing is measuring your value with a standard that was never created for you. Each person moves at a different pace, with different stories and unique strengths. However, when you fall into comparison, you disconnect from your own talents and begin to feel like you're always behind, even when it's not true. This distortion robs you of energy, motivation, and clarity. Every time you compare your progress to others, your mind fragments and your clarity disappears. You stop viewing your life from your own purpose and start measuring it through other people's achievements, appearances, or success. This creates anxiety, frustration, and even resentment because your attention shifts to what you lack instead of what you can build. A focused mind moves forward. A comparative mind stays stuck. That's why it's so important to refocus your attention on your own path. Life isn't about competing with anyone. It's about listening to yourself, understanding yourself, and moving at your own pace. When you understand this, your energy changes. You stop chasing standards that don't represent you and begin building from your authenticity. And when you operate from authenticity, your decisions become clearer, your goals stronger, and your emotional well-being more stable. External competition disappears, and internal competition, being better than yesterday, becomes your real driver. When you stop seeing yourself through other people's eyes, you reclaim your personal value, your vision, and your confidence. You regain the ability to see your achievements, recognize your progress, and feel proud of your growth. When you observe yourself with self-acceptance instead of judgment, you begin making decisions that elevate your future instead of sabotaging it. Progress is no longer measured by what others do, but by the commitment you maintain with yourself. When you focus on becoming your best version, you recover your mental freedom. You stop living by external expectations and return to the essence of your purpose. That freedom allows you to move forward without pressure, comparison, or anxiety. And that's where real transformation happens, when your mind stops chasing other people's lives and begins building your own with strength, clarity, and direction. Because authentic success is never born from looking outward. It always comes from listening deeply within. Your inner voice can be your mentor or your worst enemy. Self-talk is one of the most powerful elements of the human mind. Everything you say to yourself becomes the foundation for your decisions, your actions, and even your perception of your own abilities. Many people wonder why they don't progress, without realizing they've spent years speaking to themselves with doubt, defeat, or a sense of insufficiency. The way you talk to yourself shapes your confidence, your daily energy, and how you face life. If you speak to yourself harshly, with constant criticism, you are programming yourself for failure. Excessive self-criticism doesn't make you stronger, it weakens you. It drains your motivation, clouds your clarity, and creates an internal voice that blocks your progress before you even begin. It's like trying to run while carrying emotional weight on your shoulders. No great achievement can be built from self-rejection. The mind needs internal support, not punishment, to unlock its potential. But when you replace those negative phrases with firm, positive, and realistic affirmations, your identity begins to transform. This isn't about repeating empty phrases, it's about choosing words that remind you of your ability, your worth, and your commitment to your future. When your inner dialogue aligns with your goals, your behavior naturally begins to change. You become more disciplined, more confident, and more decisive because your mind stops being an obstacle and becomes your ally. Speaking to yourself with respect is an act of personal leadership. It means taking responsibility for directing your thoughts toward what strengthens you instead of what limits you. It means treating yourself with the same compassion you would show someone you love. When you treat yourself with respect, your self-esteem grows, your energy increases, and your decisions flow with greater emotional intelligence. The way you speak to yourself determines the way you behave. A conscious affirmation repeated daily has the power to reshape your self-concept and free you from self-sabotage. This isn't superficial motivation, it's mental reprogramming. Every word you repeat with conviction creates new mental connections that replace negative patterns. Over time, that new inner voice becomes your guide, your internal mentor, the force that drives you toward the right action. Changing your inner dialogue may be one of the most transformative decisions you can make in your life.